Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Leitonen, and I'm the Instruction and Reference Specialist at the Montgomery Library here at Campbellsville University. I'm here to show you how to use Consensus, which is an AI-powered academic search engine, to help you find relevant peer-reviewed sources for your research projects. Consensus uses AI to search for relevant articles within a corpus of over 200 million peer-reviewed articles, and it can be really helpful when used alongside traditional library search tools such as CU Search and our interlibrary loan system. But before I introduce you to Consensus, I think it's really important that we consider the ethics of AI to make sure your AI use aligns with your own ethical values and with those of your academic community and workplace. This can also help you avoid unintended consequences of AI use. Consensus is one of the most powerful AI tools I know of, so please use it ethically and responsibly. Here are 3 principles that can guide us to make more responsible decisions concerning AI use in general: transformation, truth, and trust. Real transformation and growth only come through hard work. The value of transformation reminds us that we don't use AI to avoid the hard work of critical thinking, reading, and writing. We use AI so we can work harder on the academic tasks that matter the most, thus leading to deeper engagement, long-term learning, and skill development. Education is supposed to transform your thinking and your skill set, and AI should never get in the way of that. The value of truth reminds us to beware of the hallucinations and biases that AI is prone to produce. Always use your critical judgment when reviewing AI summaries, because they often have inaccuracies or simply leave out important information. So don't trust AI-generated content, but always check facts yourself using reliable sources, such as peer-reviewed academic articles. Don't waste too much time reading unreliable AI summaries, but spend the majority of your time reading the human-written articles to dig deeper into the core facts and the arguments that experts are debating. Lastly, we value trust among the members of a community. This means you need to be trustworthy. Never use AI in a way that your instructor does not allow. I have never heard of any professor allowing students to copy AI article summaries into their papers without attribution. AI misuse is incredibly damaging to the educational experience of both students and instructors right now. But if AI assistance is allowed for an assignment, be transparent about it. Trust naturally grows when people are transparent. With these values in mind, we take the risks associated with using AI seriously. Some of the biggest AI risks are over-reliance on AI, hallucinations and misinformation, embedded biases in AI output, and academic honesty. I should also mention that using any AI tool should also be considered a privacy risk. Just as tech companies track your internet usage, it is possible that everything you type into an AI tool might be somehow saved and connected to your online identity. It is therefore important to read the privacy policy and third-party reviews of any AI tool so you are aware of known privacy risks. To learn more about how the value of transformation, truth, and trust can help us make better decisions and perhaps overcome some of the risks associated with AI, I recommend watching my other upcoming videos about AI ethics. So overall, there are a lot of risks with using AI for academic purposes, but I do see a lot of value in using AI academic search engines to help you find peer-reviewed sources in reputable academic journals. So let me show you a flowchart of how to use AI for research in what I believe is an intellectually responsible manner. First, do a traditional search of Montgomery Library databases. AI does not replace this step. You need to know what is available through doing a traditional Boolean search using your key terms. Next, input your research question into an AI-powered academic search engine. AI is useful here because it can deeply analyze your question and find sources that are thematically associated with your topic. It can sometimes even give more relevant results than the Montgomery Library databases do. Third, don't trust the AI summaries you get, but look at the peer-reviewed sources yourself. AI companies acknowledge hallucinations are possible. Use your own critical thinking skills to analyze the original sources yourself and check the facts. And usually those articles are available open access, but if a recommended source is not open access, then search for it in the Montgomery Library databases. You can copy the title and quotation marks into CU Search or Academic Search Complete, and if needed, you can click the library's worldwide function to request the item through interlibrary loan, and I'll show that a little bit later. So that's the process you can use with any academic AI search engine to supplement your library research. Let's move on to exploring how to find sources using Consensus, also known as consensus.app or Consensus AI. Consensus is one of the most famous AI-powered academic search engines, and it currently offers unlimited quick searches and a generous number of in-depth searches each month if you sign up for a free account. Unlike general-purpose chatbots such as Gemini or ChatGPT, Consensus is specifically designed to search a corpus of over 200 million peer-reviewed articles. As a result, Consensus does not hallucinate sources the way chatbots do, but the company does acknowledge that Consensus AI summaries can have mistakes due to misreading the sources it finds. So before creating an account with Consensus, I encourage you to read through the following How It Works page and their privacy policy to make sure you understand the strengths and limitations and the ways that it stores your personal information. So let's get started by typing a prompt into Consensus. What are the effects of saturated fat on human health? Do researchers disagree on this topic? Notice that my prompt is clear and concise. Consensus in general works better with shorter prompts, but it can handle longer prompts, such as PhD level research questions that specify multiple variables, the population, the context, the methodology, and other information. Next, let's look at the search options available in my free account. By clicking the first menu on the left, I can specify if I wanted to search the entire corpus of over 200 million sources or a targeted medical corpus of about 8 million papers in approved medical journals. On the next menu, I can select the type of analysis. I can do unlimited quick searches, which will select and analyze 10 papers at a time, or I can use up my free monthly credits to do a pro search, which searches 20 papers at once and gives a more in-depth analysis. Currently, I can get 25 pro searches each month for free. Lastly, if I'm very confident in how I worded my research question, I can use up one of my deep searches, which will search 50 articles at once and give a very in-depth literature review. Note that you can only do 3 deep searches per month for free, but you can purchase a monthly subscription to get more searches. It is also possible that the number of free searches may change in the future, but you can really accomplish a lot with just a free account. Next, there are a variety of search filters available through clicking the filter icon on the right. You can specify the year of publication and the ranking of the journal and some other parameters. Since the medical field changes so rapidly, I'm going to filter for sources from the past 5 years and to filter for only journals with ranking in the top 2 quartiles. In other words, these are the more influential journals that are more frequently cited by scholars in their research. So when I click search, you often have to wait a little bit for the AI to process all these research papers, sometimes even a couple minutes. And then we get a lot of interesting information in the output. First, depending on your question, you often get a visual called the consensus meter. It estimates to what extent this question has a clear answer according to the research. As shown in this visual, the research about the negative effects of saturated fat is somewhat mixed. So it is important to make sure you look at the competing perspectives for debatable topics like this. Next, there is the AI summary and analysis provided. Each point links to references to back it up, and here they are color-coded, with green meaning, yes, there were negative effects in the study, yellow meaning the results were mixed in that study, and red meaning, no, there were no negative effects in the study. This AI analysis can be helpful, but as I said, it is better to actually read the articles provided. So let's scroll down to the results. Below the article title, you should check the publication date and the journal. These icons here indicate that this article is from a highly rigorous journal and that it is highly cited. So I would definitely want to use that if I were writing a paper on this topic. You can see the full list as you scroll down, and at the bottom, you can add a follow-up question and request additional sources. In addition, Consensus automatically saves your searches in your account history, so you can easily review your prompts and the sources provided. Amazingly, you can even share the whole page of results with a durable link and send it to your email or bookmark it. Next, let's talk about how to access the articles to see if they're open access or if you need to access them through the Montgomery Library. When I click a paper title, I usually can click the PDF or full text button to view the paper right away. In this case, the article is open access, which means it is free to view online, and I can view it by clicking this link. A lot of medical research is open access, so that is convenient for researching this topic. However, depending on your topic, Consensus may find references that are not open access. This means you would need a paid subscription to access the journal article, and this is where the Montgomery Library can step in. So if you ever have trouble getting the full text of an article on Consensus, you can usually access it directly through CU Search at the Montgomery Library website or through our interlibrary loan system. So let's try a new search to demonstrate this. In Shakespeare's play Hamlet, why is Hamlet reluctant to confront King Claudius? So I'm going to click this source and copy the title and paste it into CU Search at campbellsville.edu/library. So when you search by title in CU Search, there are a few things you should know. First, put the title in quotation marks to do an exact search for that title. However, if there are colons, dashes, or question marks in a title, that can throw off the search. So to be safe, I will delete the part of the title that has the colon here. This search here, Shakespeare's Hamlet explains his inaction, should be enough words to pull up the original article. After I click search, we can verify the correct title and journal, and here conveniently it is available in the Montgomery Library, and we can view the full text here. However, sometimes an article is not available in our library, and you may get this message. Do you want to expand your search to libraries worldwide? If you click that link, Libraries Worldwide, this is the same thing as going over to the search filter on the left and clicking the menu that says At My Library, and then clicking the box that says Libraries Worldwide. This is how you can access our interlibrary loan system, where you can request articles from other university libraries to be sent to you. To request an item through interlibrary loan, first make sure you are signed in. Then, for the article you want, click the title, and then on the next page, click the red button on the right that says Request Item through Interlibrary Loan. Then check and make sure the form is filled out correctly, and then click Submit Request at the bottom. After you request it, it can take up to 2 weeks before the other library sends us the article, and they are usually faster than that. So there you have it. That's how you use Consensus to find peer-reviewed articles that are available for free either online or through the Montgomery Library website. This general process I've shown can be repeated with other AI-powered academic search engines such as Elicit, available at elicit.com, or ResearchRabbit, available at researchrabbit.ai. You will probably get somewhat different results from different AI search tools, and that's actually a good thing. Always keep in mind that the specific sources selected by Consensus might not always be the best sources due to possible biases or limitations in its search design. There could be hundreds of sources relevant to your topic, and Consensus will only select a limited number for each search. If you repeat the same search with Consensus in a different tab, you may even get somewhat different results each time. So what makes one list of sources better than another, we don't really know. That's why I mentioned that using AI like this is not a replacement for traditional searching in library databases. But if you do both a traditional search on the library website and an AI-powered academic search, I think you'll have a lot of success finding the sources you need. If you would like additional assistance, I'd be happy to answer your questions over email or set up an appointment. Also, make sure to click like and subscribe to our channel, and keep an eye on our library tutorials website for other videos and updates related to using AI responsibly for academic purposes. Thanks so much for watching.